Top 5 stocks next week. Let's take a look here. We're going to take a look at the top 5 most popular stocks on Wall Street for next week. So here are the top 5 stocks that I'm going to be covering in this video. It's going to be Sundial, NIO, FuelCell Energy, Ideanomics, and Luminar. So in this video, the way it's going to flow is that I'll do a technical analysis, high level, for each one of these companies. So in those technical analyses, I'll be identifying major support and resistance levels, and then talking a little bit about some upcoming catalysts or news, things like that for each company. Now, if I miss anything, just feel free to comment that below so we can share it with everybody else. Now, it's important to note that throughout my channel, I have detailed information about each one of these companies. So feel free to take a look at my channel. I'll be linking each company above as I'm going through its technical analysis. So feel free to check those out. Now, before I get started, I always ask that you smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. Comment below if I missed any news or catalysts or your opinion as well. Also, feel free to subscribe to the 9 to 5 Trader channel. And we have a free Discord down below in the description. Hop on in, completely free. We like to share tons of information. Now, before I start this video, I must tell you that I'm not an expert. Do your own due diligence. Anything that I give you here is for informative purposes only, okay? So I need to disclose that right away. So we're gonna jump right into it. So let's hop into my screen right in front of me here. We're gonna be using a platform known as Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is a nice trading platform I personally like to use. I'm not affiliated in any way. I'm just talking through it. I like the visual aspect of it. Now, it's offered by a brokerage known as TD Ameritrade. I have a video linked above. It's an older video that I made. It just gets you started with this program and a brokerage account, all those good things. Also with indicators I have set up. But go ahead and check that link above. Again, whole 9 yards, gets you started so you can follow along. So I'm going to jump into my screen next. We're going to do technical analysis. We're going to start off with Sundial here. Let's get right into it. So when I start out all these videos or all these charts, I like to start with the 180-day chart. I like to look at the big picture. I think that's significant when you're investing your hard-earned money. So let's start off here, like I mentioned, with Sundial, ticker symbol SNDL. As you can see here, it's been fairly active. So for those of you who don't know about Sundial, they're a cannabis company. They supply and also sell cannabis related products. There's been this whole MORE Act, this bill that's gone through last week. It got approved through the House. Now as it get through the Senate, now it'll likely stall at the Senate just because it's mostly Republican. But to that point, essentially the MORE Act is it's a federal regulation of cannabis. Now I think they're gonna leave it up to the states individually, but again, it's kind of like a blanket regulation for cannabis usage. So something to keep in mind there. It's a pretty substantial catalyst, which is why we could see this drive up even more. It's also important to note that they recently filed to issue out more shares. So because of this, there's more supply, less demand. So sometimes this can really drive the price down. So something to keep in mind. Anyways, let's jump right into it. Here's Sundial. Like I mentioned, we're seeing a very strong support around that 60-cent level. So I'm going to draw on a major support level about this range. As you can see previously, it got tested around that region. If I draw it in a little more here, and then we are now starting to test that support level once again at the current prices we're seeing. Now, me personally, if I were in this, and I'm going to hone in a little bit closer on the 10-day, I'm also identifying a major resistance around this 85-cent mark. And I want to see if it can break there. I think it's been testing there quite a bit. Me personally, I want to see if it's going to test at this 60-cent resistance level. And if it can bounce off of that, I think it'd start to approach that 85-cent resistance level. Then I want to see if it can break through there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set an alert indicating bullish momentum or direction at or above. And then I'm going to set an alert below my support level here, indicating signs that it is on a downward trend and that new support is becoming a new resistance. And that is Sundial. Let's hop into NIO next, ticker symbol NIO. So a lot of good news around this company. They've been smashing their November deliveries. They've been receiving multiple price upgrades across the entire industry from multiple banks and firms. And generally, they're saying their average price is worth a little bit around $50 or over $50, something substantial here right now. It's at a discount of $43. Now, the EV market is starting to cool down a little bit, so something to keep in mind. And then there's been a lot of publicity around Chinese stocks getting delisted. Now, this is likely not going to happen, but I think that publicity is going to shake things up as it has been. So keep an eye out for that. Now, here's NIO again, 180-day chart. Company looks phenomenal. Great appreciation. I'm into this stock heavy. Personally, I like it. Now, what I'm also seeing right off the bat here is I'm seeing a major support level around this $40 mark here. So I'm going to indicate that, guys. I'm going to indicate that for you guys. And then I'm also identifying a major resistance around this $54.50 mark. Now I'm also seeing a nice mid-level around this $49 mark, and I want to highlight that here. Reason is because I think if it does bounce off this support that it's approaching here as it has previously, I think it will get at least up towards that $49 midpoint. And then if it breaks through there, we're starting to see a little bit of bullish momentum, but we don't know what could happen. But I think it's a nice reference because, again, it has hit that mark multiple times, at least in the interim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert just below that identified support level that I have set at about $40. So I'm going to set an alert there. If it drops below, it's saying, hey, it's still selling off. So I'm going to hold out before I average down a little bit more on my current position size. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set an alert at about that $49 mid-level point. I want to see if we can approach there, possibly showing some good bullish momentum. So that is NIO for you guys. Next, I'm going to jump into Luminar. So again, just like all these stocks, I have videos detailed about each company. I just made a video about Luminar. It's a really cool company. I'm personally super sold on it. I think I'm going to wait a little bit more to buy in. I'm going to talk to that a little bit more here. But this is Luminar, ticker symbol LAZR. An easy way to remember is LAZR. They went IPO a couple days ago. So really they've only been traded for 2 full trading days. So I'm going to hone in here because there's not a whole lot we can do with the 180-day chart. And actually I'm going to go to the 1 minute, 1 day chart. So right off the bat, I'm seeing a pretty clear support level, a major support around that $30 mark. And I'm seeing a major resistance about that $33.80 mark. So I want to see if we can break that. Intraday, again, this is what it's showing me now. This company's so new, it's still trying to identify itself. It doesn't have a true identity yet, and patterns are just, I mean, it's been alive for 2 days. So just take it with a grain of salt, let it cool down a little bit more. I'm going to try to get in it at the best buy possible. I was talking to somebody through the comment section on my video for this company, and he was saying he got in at about $13. So good job there, props to you. But for me personally, it feels like it's a little too high right now. I'm going to wait till it cools down a little bit. A lot of consolidation over the weekend here. But again, take everything with a grain of salt here. What I'm going to do is set an alert indicating bearish momentum. So I'm going to set an alert below that support level that I identified at about $30. And then I'm going to set one again right about that resistance level at about $33.80. I want to see if we can break through there. Next, we have FuelCell Energy, ticker symbol FCEL. Again, detailed video up above. Actually, I have 2 videos very recent about this company to get you guys up to speed and just more information about this company. Let's dive into it here. So again, I like to start with the bigger picture. Here's FuelCell Energy. Now, they had a major sell-off last week, and part of that was, this whole EV market cool down, culmination of that. And then on top of that, they use a lot of their funds from that huge push up to pay off a lot of debt. So check out my videos. Like I said, there's a lot of debt involved with this company, and it's a little concerning for me. But again, they're in the utility industry. It's typically saturated with a lot more debt. I won't get into it for this video, but check out FuelCell, get a little more information about them. I'm going to do a quick high-level technical analysis. Like I said, identify major key support and resistance levels. So right away, looking at it, FuelCell, I'm seeing a very clear support level around that $7 mark, easily identified here. It's bounced off it multiple times. Then I'm seeing a very clear resistance level at about that $10.50 mark. I want to see if we can break either or. I like the way it's looking, but again, I want to see what happens. We're seeing a little bit of a bearish flag here. Can it break through? Who knows? And I will identify that quickly for you guys here with a different drawing tool here. So like I said, a little bit of a bearish flag here, right? Now, the way bearish flag works is that essentially, imagine these are essentially support and resistance levels within its own pattern. If it breaks that support, it's usually pulling down. It's indicating bearish signs. So essentially, right, it'll be floating around here. If it breaks this support around this region, you'll expect it to shoot down this way. But anyways, that's what I'm seeing. For FuelCell, I think FuelCell has great potential, but again, be very careful, and it is on a big hype right now. Volume is kind of coming out of nowhere, so just be cognizant of the volatility. And if it does start to become bearish, below this $7 support level, I think it's going to gap down quite a bit. That's my opinion based off volume indicators that I've utilized. But at the very least, what I'm going to do is set an alert right below that $7 resistance level so that my phone can tell me, I'm making this automated, so my phone can tell me, hey, it's starting to break back down. So again, I'm going to set that right below that support level, and I'm going to set one around that resistance level to indicate signs of, again, bullish momentum. So that is FuelCell Energy. Last, we have Ideanomics, IDEX is the ticker symbol. Again, video up above if you want more detailed information. Now, with this company, I like their potential. They are jumping into a very, very good market. They're essentially in the e-tractor market, the agriculture market. This is a good market to get into. A lot of people sleep on it and a lot of people come out strong. So I'm going to be cognizant of now. As you can see, it received a huge pump and sold off, and we saw the same thing follow. So with that, I'm going to identify again key support and resistance levels now. So right off the bat, I'm identifying a major support generally about that $2 mark here. Right, so seeing about a major support about there. It's been testing there a few times, and then I'm seeing a pretty strong resistance around that $3.50 mark. Now, this also carries over to the past, right? If I draw on about that $3.50 mark, you can see last time it was around this region, it was getting tested. So that is indicating, you know, patterns for me. Now, the thing with Ideanomics, I'd be careful with this. I think IDEX is a good trading, intraday trading opportunity, but I wouldn't hold this too long because, again, the last time it pushed up, it cooled down pretty quickly. So this stock typically has been showing signs of having short runs. So something to be cautious of. But again, I think they'll do good in the future, but they need a little more time to kind of prove themselves. So again, if you're looking to invest, be very careful. I personally wouldn't recommend it, but again, like I say with all my videos, I'm not an expert. So that's the ultimate disclosure I always offer to you guys. I'm not an expert. Do your own due diligence. But again, hopefully with your due diligence, you see a little bit of value in this company. If you don't, you don't. But again, what I'm going to do is set an alert just below that support level that is at $2. And then I'm going to set an alert above that resistance level that is about $3.50, indicating signs of potential bullish momentum. So those are the top 5 stocks that I have for next week. And again, these stocks are just very popular. I know most of them are EV. That's kind of what I've been gearing towards on this channel. But you know, I'm also talking about just general popular stocks such as Sundial growers. So the stock market's always evolving. Popularity changes. You know, next month it might not even be about EV stocks. But anyways, here are your top 5 stocks for next week. I'm always super excited to share this with you guys. I think it's critical that, you know, we start to have a plan kind of mapped out for next week. So here's my personal watch list. And honestly, I've never been excited about Monday until I got into stock trading. So I'm excited for Monday. I'm excited for tomorrow. Stock market is back open. Let's go. I'm excited to see what happens. Well, I hope this video helped you out. Like the video if it did help you out. Smash that like button. I love it when you guys smash that like button. It really helps out my channel. And again, I'm so humbled that we're already over 2,500 subscribers. I can't believe we made it this far. So we're going to keep on chugging. I'm highly motivated now if I wasn't already. Let's keep on going, guys. Let's keep on going with this run. I love it. So again, comment below if I miss any catalysts about any of these companies or your personal take. And then also feel free to subscribe to the channel. Let's keep on chugging. Free Discord down below as well. Come on, join. It's a very open community. It's more of a lounge. We like to hang out, share information, insights, things like that. Hop on in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. And also have a great week next week with your trading and or investment endeavors. Again, good luck to you and happy trading.